Hello and welcome to Mount Wells Studio Live. I'm your host, Victoria Clements.
And I'm Ken Hollywood Himes, the rowdy, reckless, raunchy rock and roll guy that loves music.
We're excited to launch our very first episode of Season 1 of Mount Wells Studio Live show.
Canada's so rich with talent. Our show is about finding talented musicians and singers to audition and be a part of one of our shows and perform live in front of an audience.
Look at our Canadian history of famous musicians like David Foster, a producer. We also have BTO, Guess Who, Bryan Adams, Nickelback, Colin James. The list goes on. All of these amazingly talented Canadian performers.
Who knows, we might just find the next amazingly talented performer or group that will appear on one of our shows. How cool would that be? Having a show that is giving musicians the opportunity to perform on social media in front of the whole world also is part of the deal. The show is about opportunity and promoting Canadian talent.
Yeah, so we also want to reach out to additional Canadian celebrities and have them on the show as well. The show is about music and uniting talent with other talented people anywhere in the world. So we'll be reaching out to our American musicians and celebrities on the songs, and then we're going to reproduce in the studio. So on our show today, these are musician members that auditioned and then were specially selected to record and appear on our show. These musicians are some of the best session players on the island, and they will perform one of Jesse Roper's songs. This song is one of my favorites. So for us, it's a huge honor starting out our first season performing one of Jesse's songs. Our session players worked really hard getting this composition right, and they will be performing that in the video that we shot here at Mount Wells Studio.
If you wish to learn more about it and to become a member of our production team, please head to our website, mountwells.ca, and look for how to become a member and sign up. It's free. And who knows, you could appear in one of our shows or appear in one of our music videos or even get to perform live.
Yeah, super. Well, it's time for us to introduce you to the man behind the scenes, the one and only, the myth, the legend, owner and director of Mount Wells Recording Studio, Morgan Phillips.
Thanks, guys. So anyways, yeah, it's great that you guys are here and in my studio. What do you think?
This place looks dynamite. The design is amazing. I can hear the difference in the sound, and I know you guys have really upped your level now. So tell me a little bit about what's happened since, or, take me back about 3 years, okay? And tell me the process that you guys have gone through now, because it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, back then, like I said, we're just getting incorporated, and so I started this show. It's a web series show, and it's about 12 episodes, and in there, there's an interview portion of it, and then there's a music section where we're performing live or a music video, and then pretty much a close off and just and then move on to the next one. And so after we finish doing all 12 episodes, we're going to actually perform all our songs live at whatever venue will probably take us. It'll be set up like a red carpet gala thing, So it's almost like a wrap-up party.
Right.
And so it'll be, we'll have tables set up for dinners and stuff, and then we'll do a performance and, recognition of the people that have worked on our project. And so that's kind of the dream.
How did you come up with the concept, though? Because I know we talked about that before, and it was about getting a bunch of musicians as members into a group and then being able to collaborate together to create all these things.
Music-wise, I've always been a musician. Actually, I started off doing accordion.
No, you didn't. I did too. Oh my God.
I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me.
Yeah. So and then I traded my accordion in for a set of drums, and I would be probably I started about maybe 10 or 12 years old. So and I've been playing drums ever since, and I just I think the thing that really excites me is I'm not too crazy about going on tours and doing that kind of stuff. Okay. I like session work. I like working in recording studios, and so that's where my strong suit is just doing things in a studio environment.
Yeah, and I hear you've got a fantastic engineer now that you're working with, Pete Wilson, who's just incredible and has an amazing reputation.
Well, actually,
fun guy.
A lot of hats off to this guy, because what this studio looks like right now it's his vision. He's the one that took the lead on this, so that's quite the story about how I met Pete, because oddly enough, he came in to audition for Hail Mary. I knew about Pete, I guess, years and years and years. And because people kept on telling me about this guy named Pete Wilson. Pete Wilson, you got to meet him. You got to meet him. Because he has his own little small studio as well. And so, anyways, I finally connected with him, and I asked him to come out and do an audition.
Flat
and
out.
then that's the history's made from that point. And
Wow.
he decided to tear my studio apart and do this.
Well, I mean, he's just done a fantastic job. I love it. So what direction are you going in now? Like, what do you see happening as a rollout for the next 1 to 2 years? Or what do you hope to see?
I mean, we really like to basically see this. I'm seeing a lot of things right now on the internet, and so people are going online. And so I thought about this, developing a web show that people can just tune in and listen to music and stuff, and be a part of, our show. And so, like, we've got a membership. Anybody can be a part of Mount Wells Recording Productions. You just sign up as a member, and then you audition for up and coming songs. We've got right now we've got approximately about 6 or 7 songs that are currently under productions. They haven't released yet. So.
Oh, okay, great. So let's say I'm in Italy and I tune in. I find you for some reason. I hear about everything that's going on. I could be Italian and jump on in and become a member of the Mount Wells. Like, how is that all going to work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
This is kind of like my dream. Okay. This studio has been renovated to the point that we can actually link it with any recording studio in the world.
Oh, you can link it with
Okay. Yeah, we can Zoom link them and stuff, and so
even Italy.
Yeah, anywhere. And the thing about that is that once they start learning about what we can do here in Canada with my production companies, if I link up, let's say, with an Australian company or American or Chinese, whatever it is, we actually this whole facility, we actually can take industry people on and have them actually stay on site, and so they can have access to the studio 24/7 if they want to come here and do writing or do anything else.
This is private here, and it's beautiful.
Yes, and we designed it that way. In other words, I mean, like, we do a lot of work for the motion picture industry now as it stands, and so, and we needed to have this type of infrastructure to be put into place. And so I figured, well, how hard can that be to basically find if you go online, you go to YouTube or anything else, you can see all these recording companies, they're kind of doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So, it wouldn't take too much for me to reach out and say, hey, you know what, why don't we do a project together? We'll do some recording here. You can send us your files and we'll put it all together and make it a kind of a universal,
like a collage of musicians from everywhere.
Yeah, we're just having a blast. I mean, right now I've got the ultimate crew. I mean, we're a complete production house now.
Is there anything else that you kind of like wanted everybody to know about before we wrap things up for today?
Well, I mean, we're trying to basically develop a membership. We can get musicians coming in. So, I mean, if you happen to be watching this and you want to be a part of our show, the first thing you want to do is sign up as a member, and then we send invitations out through our memberships, and there'll be, and if they come out for try out for a song and if they get the part, great. That's what it's all about. What I'm trying to do is really try to promote musicians, especially Canadian musicians, because there is so many talented Canadians right here on the island.
It's shocking.
And that's kind of where I see it wanting to go. I want to really help promote, people, through this type of show.
Local talent.
Yeah, local talent. And
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to be able to talk with us. It was great. And thank you so much for creating Mount Wells. And you can find us mountwells.ca.
Yeah, you can find a lot more information there too. And that's where you can sign up. Yeah, you can see what we've done.
Yeah, awesome. Love it. Here we are at Mount Wells Studio Live, and we are so excited to have Alli Bean with us.
Yes, we are.
Now, what have you been up to, and what have you been doing with Mount Wells?
I was so excited to join Mount Wells as a keyboard player, as like a kind of resident session keyboard player. The first song that I joined in on was Hail Mary by Jesse Roper, which is such an exciting tune.
Yeah.
I love it so much. The problem, no keyboard part. So what does one do? One makes up a keyboard part. So I busted out my organ patch. And here we are. Now we have this keyboard part, and I was so excited to show up and play it. And I think the funniest moment was when I was halfway through the tune, realizing that I had all the sound in my ears, but there was about 6 or 7 people in the room, and they couldn't hear any of what was going on, other than me, just my keyboard, and every now and then a big breath.
Well, it must be very nice the fact that you got some engineering background too.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh, I've been working on my second album, so that's involved a little bit of learning how to produce a little bit on my own. I've been recording different keyboard sounds to kind of mimic other instruments to make the demo versions of my next album that I'm making. So, yeah, I'm building a whole rig around myself, and so I'm not just going to be me and a piano anymore. It's exciting.
What was it about Mount Wells Studios that attracted you? Because you expect a certain level, and so I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I was interested in, just mainly it was my curiosity because of the proximity to my home, and so I thought, well, it can't hurt to just take a walk down the road, check it out. And so I came down here just curious, because a lot of the time you think home studio and you think, it's somebody's basement, and it's okay, you're gonna get all right results, or whatever, something like that.
Somebody's basement.
I'm thinking of my house, honestly. My room is not treated. I sing into pillows in my closet. It's not gonna get the results we want.
Yeah.
And so I walk in here and I thought, holy Dinah, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and the fact that Morgan spent the time and the effort to design, engineer, and build something like this in ultimately his backyard.
Yeah,
That's
and
very
right around the corner from
right
your
around the
house.
corner from my house. I mean, what service?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly he knows who I am. So that's what I enjoyed about it. It just kind of drew me in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're really involved with music, and this is really exciting, not only for Mount Wells, but for the public. You actually teach music.
I do, yes. I have a studio space that I rent in Fernwood, just outside the square, and it is so nice. I'm so thankful I get to be there all the time. Whenever I'm not making music, I'm there in Fernwood talking about it with people of varying ages and levels of ability, and it is so fun. It's such a blessing. I'm so thankful every day.
Well, that's awesome. So, Alli, what's your future look like? What are you up to? What's going on?
I'm making album number 2, which is really exciting. It's going to be a totally different spin from what my first album was. So it's going to be different sounds, different everything, I hope, to some degree.
Another question here for you, Alli. How do we get to access your music?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, my music is on Spotify, it's on Tidal, it's on just wherever you would get your music. I have a Bandcamp page, like all indie musicians would have. Yeah, so it's all around. You can find me on social media at Alli Bean Sings, everywhere. And yeah, that's where I am.
I'm all about supporting women in the arts, so I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you
Very
much.
proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Takes a lot of work.
It does. Yeah, it's a lot. I run around booking my own things
You're
all the
everything.
time. Yeah, it's necessary, because it's either that or you're waiting for someone to do it for you.
Yeah,
And
and you
that's
ca- and
just
you
not how
can't.
the world works.
Yeah. We are so thrilled that you came to Mount
Yes.
Wells today,
Thank you. I appreciate
and
being here.
give us a little bit of time to talk about what you're up to and where you're going. So
Thank you so much.
totally thrilled.
It's good to talk to you today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sister. That was
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Just want to introduce you to Christian Bergen, who was the lead singer in the video with Hail Mary.
That's right.
Yeah. So tell us how that all happened here at Mount Wells.
I got reached out by Pete Wilson, who is the engineer at Mount Wells Studios. Him and I have been doing some musical projects together for the past few years, and he approached me asking if I would be interested in singing Hail Mary, the Jesse Roper song, and I told him I would give it a try, and here we are today. It all kind of worked out great.
So if anybody's tuning in, they want to know where they can listen to your music, where are they going to go to find you?
Well, primarily right now, you go to YouTube and put in Renfrew Road Music, and you
Okay.
can pull up the previous album and have a listen to that until this next one is released.
We're going to check it out because we're going to watch you in the video.
That's right.
And that's the very next thing we're going to do. So let's watch Christian in the video and sit back and enjoy.
push on through. Hail Mary, baby, I think it's down to me and you. Hail Mary, baby, you know I just can't pretend. Don't you know, that we're bound to contend. And that is why I just can't say another kiss. I said another day, yeah, another lie. I said I just can't say to your pretty sweet face. Such a shame, such a shame. Such a shame. Such a shame.
Here we are at the Mount Wells studio with Pete Wilson. Pete, how did you get involved with Mount Wells? And you're an engineer too, not just a great guitar player, correct?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know about the great guitar player, but I definitely play the guitar.
Sizzling.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar for it's nearing 50 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, but I love being an engineer even more. I think I like being in the studio a lot.
So we hear that your skills for engineering, like how did you get into that? Because have you not been doing this for like 47 years now or something?
Yeah, a very, very long time. I was very fortunate when I think I started playing guitar at 12 or 13.
Okay.
Within a year, I was in my first band. But I got into my second band. Our drummer in that band, his father owned a commercial recording studio in Barrie, Ontario. And it was a beautiful studio, 8-track, back in the day, all analog. And I spent time with his dad in the studio. He was teaching me about how everything worked. And I got the bug, like right away. I spent a lot of time in there, learned a ton from him. And I got the bug, and I just couldn't.
You just couldn't let it go.
Yeah. So, I've done it off and on my whole life. And lately, I've had a bit more time to really sink my teeth into it, working with Christian Bergen.
Fantastic.
Amazing artist. His music inspired me to really dig in and do more and spend more time and more money on it, right?
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about the design element in here, because when I first came in to talk to Morgan about 3 years ago, it didn't look like this. It looked good, but it did not look like this. And he's telling me you're the guy that's come up with this, and this is beautiful.
Thank you.
What is the reasoning that you've designed it in such a way? Because it looks good, but I know it's
about how it
engineered at
sounds.
this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's-
So talk to me about that.
I think a lot of the design that was implemented in the beginning would have worked if the studio was way larger.
Bigger.
So the reflective surfaces and all that, you know, no parallel surfaces, all those ideas, they're really good, but not for this space.
Yeah.
This space was too tight for that.
Yeah.
So the reflections were early and you could hear the size of the room.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
So I knew we just had to have a lot of absorption. So we want sound to kind of just get eaten up.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working. Like it sounds really good in here. It looks good.
It looks great.
It
really does.
and it's been once I got the green light to go ahead, I just went crazy.
I can see you went crazy. It looks fantastic in here.
We gotta keep going here.
Yeah. So you're gonna develop it out into the rest of the studio now too.
2 more rooms. On Monday, I'm gonna start on the isolation
on the
room.
ADR room.
Yeah. So we'll start on that and kind of treat it very similar to this room. And I think it's gonna be really successful. I think it's gonna be what we need.
So talk to us about how you're excited about what's happening here with bringing all these members in, auditioning members, performing these different songs that you're getting a hold of, like the collaboration of what Morgan's vision is for all of this to happen online and locally. Tell us about that. How are you feeling about
Well, initially,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're freaking nuts.
You're nuts. Yeah.
You're nuts.
Yeah.
This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, honestly, I did. I said it to him, and he's like, "Ah," but I'm like, do you realize what you're getting yourself into? I thought I knew that it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
Turns out, it is tough. It's hard to schedule people. Oh, you got 15 people in a production.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm out of town. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It has been tough in that way, but it has been very rewarding. I've met some players that I didn't know that were incredible. Alli was one of them. She blew my mind when I first saw her play.
That girl there.
I was there the day she recorded the keyboard stuff that she wrote because there was no keyboards in the song, and she was unreal.
No, I know.
She nailed it.
She nails
right
it.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've got to meet I've expanded my friends through Morgan and all the people that he knew. And it's been fun. It's been fun for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's a good rock and roll thing other guitarists out there that are watching their beginner guitarists or intermediate? What's the best tool you have to make yourself a better player?
I mean, you always have to have good technique behind what you do. But I don't think it's that. I think any guitar player that impresses me or that makes me feel things, somebody who's just themselves, you get good enough at your instrument that it becomes your voice, and that's just time in. You just keep doing it, and as long as you're honest if you don't, you get influences from everybody. I loved Eddie Van Halen. I love this guy. I love that guy. But the truth is, at a certain point, you become proficient enough that when you think it comes out of your guitar.
Yeah, you become one with the instrument.
So it's
almost.
just time in the saddle.
Yeah.
Time in the saddle. You keep doing it, and one day, and it's magical when it starts to happen for you. That day is pretty good when you know it's working, right? It's pretty cool.
So what are you doing then outside of Mount Wells? Because you've got your own band. So where are you going with that?
I play in a band called The Crawl. I've been
Crawl.
The Crawl.
The Crawl.
The Crawl.
Okay.
Yeah. And cover band. We just do classic rock cover. I've been with that band for 24 years.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. All right.
These guys are
that's
my brothers.
That's half a lifetime.
I love these guys.
Wow.
But it's not. We don't want to go on tour. We just want to play half a dozen gigs a year.
Yeah.
And drink beer every Thursday night.
Sure. Yeah.
Make
that's
music.
The important thing.
Make music. No, really. Make.
Yeah. I get it.
And I love doing that. Christian, I'm doing a lot of work with Renfrew Road.
Yeah.
In the studio and out. I've played. I think actually he told me I was in his band. I didn't.
Oh, he did. Yeah. You didn't say I'd love to be. He just assigned you, right?
Hey, you're in the band now. I'm like, oh, okay. Which has been great. Great musicians in that band. All original material. Well, not all original. Mostly all original. When we do a show, we have to bring a few covers in to kind of
Sure. Yeah.
fatten it up. Yeah. But I'm very fortunate to work with a guy like Christian. He's one of the most talented guys I've ever met.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So, what is your overall, if you were to say, this is what I want to see happen at Mount Wells in the next year, what is it that you see?
Well,
What do you want to happen?
what I want to have happen, I mean, obviously, Morgan's focused a lot to service the movie industry. I really want to see that keep growing. Turns out,
It's meat and
I
potatoes.
thought doing 80, exactly. I
meat
thought
and
doing
potatoes.
ADR would be boring. Some guy comes in, talks, you record him.
No, it's
Any
not
idiot
boring.
can do
It's,
that.
yeah.
No. It's not that. It turns out it's very challenging, stressful, in a good way stressful. Like when you're done, it's like, whoop, got through that one.
Yeah. Oh, it'll level you up real fast.
Totally different kind of thing. I want to see all that keep growing and doing that.
Okay.
And I want to see a lot more paying music customers come in. It's hard. It's a tough market, recording. You know, Morgan's got so much money invested in this, and everybody with a computer and a guitar thinks they can make their own album. Why would I pay you?
Yeah.
Well,
that's not how it
so
works. Yeah.
we just got to show them that, you know, if you do it here with us, you're going to be thrilled with the product, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with you do it with yourself, you'll be redoing it and redoing it and redoing it. It's not it's about the people. And it's you know, and working with the right people makes all the difference in the world. And I think we got them here. We got a great team. So yeah. As long as the doors are open, we're making enough money to keep it going. We'll get into those passion projects, and I just love it. I live for that stuff.
This is an awesome opportunity for people like that go onto the Mount Wells site and decide, hey, I really like what they're doing, and I would love to work at the level, like you're saying with Christian and yourself and Morgan, because you've got 47 years, he's got 50 more plus years, the amount of money that's been invested into the studio. This is a fantastic opportunity for local musicians to look at what you guys are doing and jump on board.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Pete, for being with us today.
Yes,
We
Pete.
really appreciate the time that you've taken to
Thanks,
talk
guys.
with us. And yeah, we congratulate you on everything you're doing with Mount Wells.
Thank you so much.
Pete Wilson, Mount Wells Studio. And that's a wrap.